I'm Joe Zawadzki, the CEO of MediaMath, and I'm honored to be joined here by Will Ferguson, VP Online, 1-800-Flowers. Hi, Will.
Hello. Hello. Thanks for having me.
In the beginning was the mailbox, and it was a magical channel that managed to reach, call it 120 million U.S. households, and you could do this wonderful thing of decide which households you wanted to reach, and you could put an ad in front of them 5 or 6 times a week. And basically we have spent 20 years turning the rest of marketing into direct mail. And it's a really powerful thing, actually, if you think about it. What's happened now with the advent of programmatic, so this idea that every digital screen is connected underneath to a technology platform, and then the raw ingredients of media and data are available to marketers to assemble on the fly, is basically this programmatic concept. Whether it's people talk about RTB or they talk about DSPs or DMPs, put all of those sort of new technologies under this broader umbrella of programmatic, and ultimately all of those things, what they're doing is connecting brands to consumers in real time. So all of those digital screens now sort of integrated in order to provide the addressability that direct mail once had. So I tend to talk a lot about how big data is wildly uninteresting, right? So just the collection of it, the aggregation of it, for a lot of people, that equates to a dashboard. The only interesting part is how you activate big data into the world. And the thing that we like to talk about is the decision, right? So if you have this ready, available 65 billion impressions a day plus, really your job as a marketer is to make some decision about what to serve and to whom to serve, and most interestingly, relative to direct mail, how much to pay for it. What ultimately that's doing is letting us sort of return to the original premise that marketing is all about communicating with consumers, right? Having this engagement with prospects as they become customers as they become, high lifetime value customers and ultimately advocates, and you're able to sort of integrate those experiences, right? So I would say, even up to a decade ago, you really have to focus on the channel, right? The requirements of display versus search versus social were also nuanced, that you needed specialized teams to deal with all those things, and really you focused on media channel in. Right? You figured, how did those channels bring people to my website? How did my website convert people to become customers? What's nice about programmatic is you make the media channel sort of disappear in some sense and able to really focus on the customer communication. So I talked a little bit about the platform. Really what it does is it lets marketers, like Will, take control, right? To stitch together this pretty complicated landscape. The reality is if you can pull all that stuff together into one place, if you can make it a dashboard, or you can make it like think a Bloomberg terminal that really allows folks to log into one place and get access to all of that, the complexity sort of recedes and the innovation that it delivers comes forward. But again, I'm going to turn it over very quickly to Will here to talk about how it actually works in real life.
Well, great. Thanks, Joe. So my name's Will Ferguson. I'm the Vice President of Online Marketing at 1-800-Flowers. And I'm just going to give you a little overview today about our viewpoint, kind of our strategy and how we go to market in the display channel specifically. And then we'll get into the details on how MediaMath has kind of helped us achieve some of our goals. Really, the company's been built up over the years on figuring out the ad tech stack, figuring out technology, making it work for us and for the consumer, iterating, and then moving forward on to the next thing. And one place where we're a little behind the 8 ball was in display. And the reason why is because first and foremost, we couldn't quantify it. We were working with a bunch of different ad networks and a bunch of different partners, right? And so we have this ad network doing some retargeting of this portion of our website and another one doing some retargeting on a different part of our website. We had another partner doing some audience modeling. But what we found in our analytics was there was a ton of overlap And we just saw the channel as very sloppy. And that's where we kind of got introduced to MediaMath and was like, wow, well, this is terrific. We could have essentially one port into the internet. And so everything was right there. And so it virtually almost eliminated our overlap problem. There's no like silver bullet out there that's going to fix all of your marketing problems. We see it, especially in our vertical, as iteration on iteration on iteration of tests. Right? So we came to MediaMath and we said, hey, listen, first and foremost, I don't like this whole black box thing. And at Flowers, we want to dig into the data, and we think in digital marketing that the devil is in the details, right? So it's super important for us to have our arms around the data. So no more black box. And number two, we said, hey, look, we've been in business for 35 years. I have this huge CRM system with all these customers there. Help me leverage that, right? Help me to, first and foremost, speak to my current customers a little better through display. And number two, look at my customers. Let's run some data analysis on customers and help me in display find our best customers out there on the internet. There's three big areas where MediaMath helped us a lot. Our goal at Flowers is to market to one, right? We want to be super relevant. We want to make it easy for the consumer to buy. That's what MediaMath enabled us to do. Make our marketing message, our marketing offer, make display advertising more relevant. So that's number one. Number two, I need things to be really sophisticated and granular, and I have to prove everything out in an ROI. And so MediaMath has gotten us more efficient, and we've got more efficient by partnering with them to test things out in display. And then we have, a few calls a week with the MediaMath account team. We say, hey, we want to run this test. How do we do that? Set up the logistics for us. How do we do that technically? And that team's been great. They kind of iron it out. Joe's done a great job of building a team that's focused on testing. It's focused on analytics, and it's not just focused on, hey, you guys should just spend more money, right? We get that a lot. The third big win for us was in the attribution space. And what we're trying to achieve there is, how do I most efficiently spend my next marketing dollar? So MediaMath's out there, they said, well, we can ingest your attribution data in real time so it can actually inform their brain, right, the demand-side platform's brain, on how to bid. That's been a huge win for us, because now MediaMath is actually working collaboratively with all of our other marketing channels via the data to drive conversions. And so those are the three big things that MediaMath helped us with, and the proof is really in the pudding, right? If you look back over Mother's Day last year, and year-over-year results were just astounding. 240% increase in revenue, a 15% increase in average order value, and a 31% decrease in CPM. It's those incremental wins like this that have ultimately gotten us to here, and that's where we've been really able to grow the channel now. So some big tests on the horizons, but it's been a great relationship thus far.